We don't teach loose leash walking in the puppy day school. We teach basically heel. So in the very beginning, you know, it is the lure methods behavior, just like our other stuff. I'd even start with a brand new dog by simply food in hand, pointer finger out, draw them to look at this hand. So do you see how I've got a short leash? It's not tight. I'm not holding them into position with my strength. It's just short so that if they fall out of line, they're still within arm's reach. Okay, so short enough to reach their nose with your hand. So again, I'm going to start with food in hand, pointer finger out. Bring that to here. It's almost like we do this little stupid dance. This is my method for teaching heel, is keeping them close here. If my hand drifts in front of me, my dog is going to drift in front of me potentially and cut me off. If my hand drifts too far ahead, I'm tempting my dog to pull. But I want to keep her right here at my side with her collar lined up with the seam on my pants. So food here and then step. Innie. That's it. Good. So to get a click, her feet must be moving and her attention must be on the pointer finger. So it's heel with attention. You may have taught with your own dog a more relaxed heel. That's something kind of between our heel and our loose leash walking they learn in their group classes. But we want them looking at us and walking at us. My experience, it tells me that if you start with a really strict heel like this and then you let it loosen up over time, you end up with a better behavior. If you start with something that's sloppy to begin with and you let it loosen up, you are less likely to be able to use this for the safety situations where we might need to use it. Okay, so here we go, getting our attention. The close leg starts. There we go. So notice that she wasn't looking at the treat, so I did like a little kissy noise with my mouth just as a hint to get her looking in as well. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to turn her around so that you guys can see. Okay, so food hand. There we go. That's it. See how I'm trying to keep the leash as loose as I can? There we go. And so we're gradually, sorry, I'm getting awfully close there. We're making her go further and further for a click and a treat. So when you write your homework notes, you might say, okay, that was food hand for, I didn't count steps, 7 steps. And she was okay with it. She wasn't like totally on target because she wasn't like just glued with her attention to that pointer finger, as Borzois will rarely be glued to any kind of thing they're supposed to pay attention to. Anyway, so maybe I would call that a 3, right? So that would be a 3. If she was looking at that hand and she was prancing along and she was just like moving right at my side and following my turns, that would be maybe a 4 approaching a 5. And then I would say, okay, she's a 4 approaching a 5. Let's try an empty hand. But we did the empty hand. I would just start by just getting her attention, click and treat. Getting her attention 1 or 2 steps, click and treat with empty hand and building up to that same distance. Okay, and then only when I can count on her being able to follow that empty hand for a certain number of steps with the right level of attention, do I risk saying heel. If you get to the point where you do attach the word on this one, remember it has a beginning and an end. It's heel and release. The same way you have a wait and a release, it's a heel and a release. Okay, beginning and an end to that behavior.